Line up, you f***ing nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week.
The Money Line. We are live. It is a beautiful night, Monday, January 27th. We're talking UFC Saudi Arabia. The UFC marathon has began, everybody. 9 weeks straight of UFC, and I'm very happy. Finch, man, what's up, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm just, rest in peace to Bellator, bro. I had to represent today, AJ's not even getting paid for this fitness advertisement. I don't know what fucking
EOS Fitness needs to start paying. So does Alani. Listen, I'm giving these free sponsorships every stream. There's thousands of people seeing this stuff, man.
I just saw Khabib rip the label off the water bottle before he walked Usman out on Saturday. It's like, they ain't doing free advertisement. What are we doing? No, I used to work for Bellator. You guys know I worked for Bellator for a while, indirectly for Showtime, doing the interviews, working cage side, a lot of good times. So crazy to see Bellator's going away.
Bellator is no more, but hopefully that means PFL steps it up with their non-tournament matchups, and we end up having at least somewhat of stateside competition to the UFC, but I won't hold my breath on that one, bro. It's doubtful. I got low confidence.
What up, B-Dog? Shout out from Anaheim, bro. If you're in Anaheim, you got to come see your boy at UFC Gym Huntington Beach. Come train with your guy. We just had Giga Chikadze in today. AJ, I'm going to set up a one-on-one, interview in person with Giga Chikadze.
That would be cool.
He's got a fight to announce. It's already verbally agreed to. He says he just hasn't signed the contract, but
wow, big fight. Finch, let's release it to the people. What are we doing?
Nah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Finch, I'll tell you something.
Fuck it. He's fighting Islam. No, come on. It's a good one.
Listen, I will find out the information, Finch, and then tomorrow everybody.
It might even be like a fight night headliner. Am I saying too much? I need to chill.
No, you're not saying too much. Listen, word of mouth travels fast, bro. That's it. You got me pressuring
he's
you.
Fighting a guy who's on a little win streak. It's a cool matchup.
Is he ranked, the guy he's fighting?
Could be. I should look that up. It wouldn't be top 5. But
is the guy he's fighting a prospect?
Yeah.
Come on, listen.
I gotta.
Come on, man.
Giga told me this in confidence. I'm out here blasting it out to the. You guys got the inside scoop. All right. It's a good fight. You guys will see it. He's gonna know in a week or two here. And he said,
I already got it. David Onama. It's already in. I already found it.
After it gets announced, then we can do this.
I think that they rumored it recently because David Onama, Giga Chikadze is in the works. It's not you. You're not ratting anybody out. It's an unconfirmed rumor. You didn't rat nothing out. I discovered it's on Tapology.
Y'all can't clip a damn thing of me saying an opponent's name. So
thank you, Finch, for letting me know. I appreciate it, brother.
Of course, man. Well, it was good to see Giga. He went and grabbed me again today because he wanted to use the cage at the gym. So anyway, if you want to come train at UFC Gym, we got Alta Fights where we're fighting team Costa Mesa. That's Cub Swanson's team. Come check it out, man. So if you're local Anaheim, that's close enough. Even if you're on vacation, come see your boy.
Let's go. Check out the Finch. Go join the boy. All right. Now, we don't have too much, MMA to talk about this past weekend. There was one marquee fight, Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes. It was UFC Road to Dubai. And I think that the PFL is completely fumbling. They had a massive event this weekend that brought a new level of fan interest, right? There was a lot of fans that were interested in watching fights, but the UFC wasn't on. Instead of capitalizing, the PFL is not bringing the events back for 9 weeks until after the UFC break, when everybody forgets about the PFL and they forget about the high-level fight that was Saturday. So this is not a breakdown of what happened. I'm sure you guys know. This is more a what the hell PFL. Get it together. I don't understand. if you're PFL, you schedule a big event like that, then you're going to time within a short window. You want to be back with a decent card to keep momentum going. I don't understand the lack of promotional structure with momentum over everything. They're so focused on prioritizing tournaments that they are losing the potential fans by bringing quality cards on a semi-regular basis. Once a month at least. Once every 3 weeks, should there be a PFL Championship Series card? Where it doesn't even have to be a championship fight, but a marquee matchup in the main event? I don't understand what's so hard about this. I don't get it. The pattern is already, written out from UFC. Take note, follow it. Strikeforce did it.
That's true. I mean, Eddie Hearn, mimicked it in boxing. He said the UFC's laid out the blueprint. So a lot of the hard work is done. They're trying to do something different. I mean, Bellator tried to do something a little different too. You guys have seen the tournament format way. Remember the IFL?
Yeah. Now the GFL is trying to copy that with the team league.
The geriatric fight league's trying to go for it. So
first pick, do you know who it was? First pick, GFL draft. Did you see?
No.
Tyron Woodley, first pick in the draft.
Wow.
Because it's a rigged draft, bro. The teams were preset. They got leaked.
Yeah.
It's
a fake draft.
Fake
How
draft.
dare they? How fucking dare they? Well,
come on, bro. All the teammates on the same team by some fluke coincidence? Come on.
Yeah, no, right? Damn, okay. No. I didn't even pay that close attention to GFL. I guess I should. I just saw that commercial where they made Tyron Woodley look like a superhero. I'm like, dog.
AI generated shit.
A 40-year-old superhero. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was good.
By the way, it's superhero day at the gym on Thursday. What superhero you think I'm going to dress up as, AJ?
Spider-Man.
How the fuck? Because I got a Spider-Man costume.
No, I didn't even know that.
AJ
you just
already knew.
Spider-Man like it's
Peter Parker, right?
That's the vibe. That's the vibe. But what are you gonna go as? Fuck, I don't know.
I'm not AJ jacked. I can't be all those other superheroes.
Who could I be, dude? I could be Aquaman. This the fucking Aquaman, bro, with the hair. That's
the Italian Aquaman.
Italian. Yo, mama, let me get my fucking spaghetti, meatballs, and the clams. You know what I'm saying?
I'd have to meditate on that one. What superhero could AJ be? Man,
it's tricky.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know.
Worst case, I gotta be Robin, bro. That's it.
No, because you got some muscle on you. People can't tell under the shirt, but AJ lifts weights. You can't tell because you're sitting down and it's under the shirt. But if AJ flexes, you guys will see what's up. I don't know. I'm gonna come back with that one and get the right superhero for you because there's got to be something out there. I was gonna say Captain America, but it ain't the right haircut. I don't know, man. You look a little barbarian-ish, so I gotta figure something out.
All right. Well, you let me know when you know. But you did say something about meditation. Do you know, Finch? For a day and a half in darkness, I meditated and fasted like Yuri Prohashka before getting my picks for this card. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen,
AJ just told me he got fucked up this weekend. I'm blasting you out there, dog. Nah, I'm not doing this. No, you did not.
My brother. Let's go for that.
That's what you did this weekend?
All weekend, brother. Meditation.
Don't lie to the fucking
whole weekend. They saw in the video. What is a lie? What lie? No lies detected.
Keep advertising this shitty fucking game.
You know what? It's good for memes though on the stream. That's how it is.
I know. Anytime AJ's capping, I'll just bust that box out.
Oh fuck, that's funny, man.
Fuck that game. Don't buy that game.
Don't buy that game.
There were BKFC fights this weekend. Eddie Alvarez, I thought, won the first 2 rounds. Then just doesn't move his head after he punches sometimes. Gets punched in the face, and it started going downhill from there. It was too bad. We had Eddie at dog money. That was too bad. Beck Rawlings, beautiful fight with Taylor Starling. She got the dub, ended up giving her out. Pat Brady getting the dub. Did you watch BKFC?
I watched the Ben Rothwell fight because I had Big Ben, and everybody told me I was crazy, bro. They all said I was nuts. A lot of people in chat,
3-1 dog. I thought Big Ben would be the favorite when we were doing our show. Comes out as a 3-1 dog.
That's crazy,
what a knockout.
Dude. Sick.
Whoa.
Ben's huge.
Brother, when I saw Big Ben at the weigh-ins, I'm like, thank God I did not give Mick Terrell out because I'm talking bets, guys, because Ben looked jacked. He looked in shape. He was tan. They don't have sun in fucking Wisconsin. He owns a gym in Kenosha, Wisconsin. There's no sunshine. My man is spray tanned up. He's ready to rock. So Big Ben, great performance.
Yeah, great performance. He's a savage, man. After the fight in the main event, though, we had a little bit of a face-off between Conor McGregor and Jeremy Stephens. Conor talking about announce the fight. I'm taking on Stephens. We know that's a reach. He's got 2 fights under a UFC contract. You ain't fighting out of that.
It was all Conor. Jeremy Stephens got the microphone and his goofy ass didn't even call Conor out. It's like, Jeremy, you're standing there in the fucking ring with the most famous fighter on earth. And he's in your weight class and you guys have some history and he owns part of the organization. Can you put 2 and 2 together? It's 4. Call him out on the mic. He gets the mic and doesn't call Conor out. I think Conor was just so ready to get called out that he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. He's going, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it then. Yeah. And then they fucking go forehead to forehead. Jeremy, you goofy motherfucker. Call Conor out, silly. How is he going to miss this check? Unbelievable that he didn't call him out.
Unbelievable. But lucky the king of promotion, McGregor, got in. But it's not going to happen. They can pray. Conor can dream. I think Conor McGregor wants to fight in bare knuckle. You eliminate the UFC hold on what Conor McGregor can do. I think he's interested in doing a BKFC fight, 5 2-minute rounds. That's kind of perfect for McGregor, who struggled after the 12-minute mark in fights before. I think Conor McGregor in BKFC would actually do fairly well, but like this is a pipe dream because when you got 2 UFC fights left, come on, man, you ain't getting out. You ain't getting out. He can own BKFC. He'll be at every event. He's hyping them up, and he's doing a good job helping, build the brand of BKFC. Bro, to be honest, Finch, since we worked there, I feel like BKFC's gotten more mainstream over the past 6 months even.
Yeah, I think so. I think the idea of letting Conor come in and buy a piece of it is working out for them. I think maybe they had a trajectory that was a little more of a rocket ship than this, but look at that arena. I mean, when you were looking around at the Philly show, they fucking packed that place, and that was a big arena for BKFC. That's a big deal. That was one of the biggest nights in company history for sure. I was at one of the biggest nights. It was Eddie Alvarez fighting Luke Rockhold. Eddie Alvarez fighting Chad Mendez, Luke Rockhold fighting Mike Perry. That place was packed too. This looked like a bigger arena. I have to imagine that was the biggest audience BKFC's ever had. Shout out to Dave Feldman, good guy, building a really cool thing. And AJ, are the fights not fucking exciting? Every time you watch, they're exciting. So I'll be back doing bare knuckle fighting championships bets too. Some crazy upsets on this card. But I do think overall, bare knuckle fighting championships is a great betting opportunity. If you can get it on your fucking books, sometimes they don't drop the odds until like 2 days before, and you can't bet rounds, you can't bet finishes. It'll get there. I mean, early days, but what an exciting product. I mean, I had fucking fun watching.
Are you doing this week's card for bare knuckle?
No, but now that you say it, I would not mind looking at it and giving it out. I don't mind mixing them in together. Like when the UFC's there, generally the focus is UFC, right? AJ and I predict every single UFC fight for y'all on YouTube. And then I give out my favorite bets every single UFC card. I'll keep prioritizing that. But that doesn't mean that big BKFC shows won't get love.
So this card coming up is a DAZN fight night. Julian Lane, Van Camp, Brennan Ward versus Dennis. You got Santiago and Dakota Cochran going after it. You even got DeCastro. Remember Jorgen DeCastro? He's fighting. And then Parker Porter's making his debut as well. So
Porter's fighting? Oh,
yeah.
Nah, I gotta watch. Oh shit.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know Porky Porter was getting in there. Porky Porter does check out as a BKF.
He fits the bill.
That fits the fucking bill. You got it. Yeah. All right. We'll look at it.
He's fighting Chase Gormley. You remember Gormley from way back in Bellator a long time ago?
It's a familiar name.
Didn't do well. He's just an OG.
That's a familiar name. No, I'll check it out. Yeah. No, Porky Porter fighting with no gloves on is perfect.
Let's see what happens, man. Listen, we had a fun weekend of like alternate, MMA and, a little BKFC love. But this weekend and 9 weeks straight, this is amazing. I honestly am so ready to talk UFC Saudi Arabia. You ready to get into it, bro?
The matchmaking is, I love bare knuckle fighting championships. I love Dave Feldman. Don't get me wrong. The best match, and the matchmaking wasn't bad. The best matchmaking is in the UFC. And check out this card to see why.
Bar none. This is a banger card. Listen, guys, if you're watching and enjoying, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Closing in on 43,000 subscribers this week. And I'm ready to bring the thunder. I know Finch is too. Let's get to the first fight. We got Hamdi Abdelwahab versus Jamal Pogues. Now, Hamdi was out for a while, right? He had that drug test failure where he took a 2-year suspension. And then in the midst of the drug test failure, he tested positive again for exogenous testosterone. So we're in kind of a risky scenario for Abdelwahab because you could say, well, if he's off of all the steroids, he could look way worse. To be fair, he was never a physical specimen anyways, right? So his physique never showed steroid user. You wouldn't
AJ ripping on physiques, bro. You guys ready for the Shamal Gaziev breakdown? AJ is ripping these heavyweights up, dog.
Listen. Hamdi Abdelwahab is one of the better physiques on this card, though, at heavyweight. To be fair, at least he's got some thickness to him. He's not just blown up light heavyweight with the belly. But at the end of the day, I don't love the drug test failures. But I will say this: we're in Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Is drug-free sport flying out to Saudi? I don't know. Just saying, hypothetically speaking. I think Hamdi Abdelwahab has a damn good chance to win. In his debut in the UFC, 12 days notice, tooth and nail with Don'Tale Mayes and had good moments. He fought, in bare knuckle, Gamebred FC for his first 2 MMA fights before transitioning. So, technically, he's 5-0 as a pro if you include the bare knuckle MMA fights. With the no contest, he's had 6 fights. He's taken on Jamal Pogues as a former light heavyweight and a guy that I see him beating. Hamdi is a former Olympic wrestler. He's very physically strong. He's shown good potential in the debut. I mean, for a first fight in the UFC to go out there and win clearly against Don'Tale Mayes, ignore the split decision. He won the fight, regardless of some unforeseen things like the anabolic test and whatnot. He took it on 12 days notice. I think the skill set is probably going to be better this time than before. And I just see him with a path to beat up a Jamal Pogues. So I'm going Hamdi Abdelwahab. I think he can get a TKO.
Yeah, it's all about the takedown, guys. And this is an Olympic caliber wrestler from Egypt. Hamdi could definitely take him down here. Off steroids is interesting. I mean, if he's not taking the drugs, there's some X factors for sure. Jamal Pogues, okay striking. He could definitely potentially touch him up, but we saw him on his back. He didn't look that good on his back against Petersen. And I think that Jamal Pogues on his back here, it'll be no different. So give me Hamdi probably getting on top and scoring some ground and pound, potentially just scoring a decision here. How Hamdi looks is the real question for me. Maybe he gets a finish if he's, looking explosive. And if he's not, maybe he grinds out a decision. We'll go with the Egyptian.
Listen, the Egyptian's the pick, and Auntie up 21. Thank you for the $2. This was from earlier in the stream. It was before we went live. Shout out to you. And Trader Mike, thank you for dropping $1.99. How's it going, boys? It's going fantastic here, man.
We're good in the neighborhood, man. We had 80-degree days last week in Huntington Beach. It rained this weekend, but we still got outside. My wife just got this fucking 1,000-pound cabinet dresser thing. It's like the door to Narnia when you open it up. So I broke my fucking back this weekend dragging that thing upstairs. Shout out to Mike Dawson and RJ for helping me out with that. We're doing good in Huntington, man. Hope you're good, Mike.
Thank you, Trader Mike. We appreciate you. Listen, odds for the fight are even Stevens. -110, Hamdi Abdelwahab. -110 for Jamal Pogues. We got even money down the center. I'm going to say Hamdi's got a live chance for this TKO at +500. He was able to hurt Don'Tale Mayes. Say what you want about Don'Tale Mayes. The dude is a large heavyweight at 6'6". He's been in there with decent talent throughout his fighting career. And to take him out on 12 days notice, I think is rather impressive. 2 years of work could be a positive, or is it ring rust and he comes back looking worse? I feel like Hamdi Abdelwahab beats a Jamal Pogues level heavyweight. Yeah. Jamal's a former light heavyweight. Moved up. Like I said, he's gained body fat. He's become a heavyweight. He's got size on him now. But ultimately, he was, more of a lanky light heavyweight. I just think this is a winnable fight for Abdelwahab. I think he can get Jamal Pogues down. I think he can hurt him with shots over the top. And I think Hamdi's taking home a victory. I think a knockout's light. I think he can hurt Pogues and ground and pound him. A little big shot
on the
over
ground,
the top.
though.
On the ground, though, the finish happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I see you. Mike, what did your barber do to the top of your head? It looks like the top of a ventriloquist dummy with that style. I brought that up to shout out my guy, Richie the barber. Richie, you gonna let this motherfucker shit on my haircut? Richie, help me out. so I can look a little bit better. I'm gonna go see my boy Richie so he can clean this up.
This guy's talking shit about the hair, man. He's a menace to society, Finch. The hair looks fine, brother. The hair looks fine.
Damn, thank you guys. I could use a little haircut. Shout out to Richie the barber though. If you guys don't know who that is, my barber, he does like the Jackass guys, Steve-O, who's that kid? Steve Will Do It. He does a bunch of these. He's a clown. He has like silicone eyebrows and the gauges with the tattooed face of a clown. Richie's a wild man. So if you haven't seen Richie the barber, check him out.
Let's go. There we go. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
That's where the haircut comes from, motherfuckers.
Listen, Finch, I'm glad that we're on the same side with pick number 1 on the card. Going with Hamdi, who's the heavyweight prospect. My boy's funny, man. Holy shit.
Thank you.
That's funny as hell. Hamdi Abdelwahab to start the card off with for a W, man. We're in agreement. We think he takes out Pogues. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we have Bogdan Grad versus Lucas Alexander. Now, both guys, decent striking arsenals, I would say. Lucas Alexander's the UFC vet, though, and I feel like he's so underrated because of a subpar performance, him getting caught by Sargi and Chin. But go watch him against Petersen. He looks so clean in that fight. He beat the hell out of Steven Petersen. And I think that it's easy to write him off because he got caught by a big puncher. But I think he's so much cleaner than Bogdan Grad. I question Bogdan Grad's durability. Tom Nolan starched him. Grad had a fun back and forth with Aswell on Contender Series, and it was a good fight. But he definitely got hit a lot, and he showed vulnerabilities. He does not have good head movement. His head is there to be hit, and he's dealing with like a relatively slick and quick offensive attack from Alexander. I really think that Lucas Alexander is live for a violent win. I feel like he can get the knockout here, and he's got UFC experience. 1-2 record isn't great, but that's 3 UFC fights against 0.
Tough one for me, man, because I could see Alexander touching him up on the feet, but I do like the ability of the offensive takedowns for Bogdan Grad, so I'm going to give him a slight lean here, but I hear you, and this is what I'm talking about with the matchmaking, guys. You'll see this a few times where it's not necessarily that every fight should be a headliner. That's not what I mean by matchmaking. I just mean that it makes our jobs hard. It makes, watching the fights exciting on another layer because you just don't quite anticipate that what's going to happen. So I'm going to go with Bogdan Grad because I believe in the mixed martial arts ability as to where Alexander's pretty much defending takedowns and striking. Alexander's got okay takedown defense and he can put a motherfucker out on the feet. So I hear you, dude. I'm not surprised at all if Alexander wins. It's a close fight. I'll be on the other side of you here. Bogdan Grad decision.
I feel like it's interesting, too, because Alexander is on the same card as his teammates, McKinney and Davis, also representing Fusion Excel. A lot of guys coming out of Orlando. That's a team on the come-up right now.
Good note.
I like Alexander's game. I think he's a lot slicker than Bogdan. I have my reservations.
Takedowns. I think Bogdan's shooting on him a lot.
I think he's wrestling a lot. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's valid. Let's see. I mean, I think the grappling could hold up. I definitely like his striking better. We'll find out when the cage door closes. But what I do see is even money lines, but Bogdan Grad opening up at -200. So crazy to see the shift of the line. Lucas Alexander now at the even status when he was a +170 underdog. That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I hope you touched it early then.
You better get in early. If not, you're in Troubleville, USA over here.
Unless you're on my side, that is.
Listen, your side is the side of Bogdan, but I just don't think he's that crafty, man. Am I a Bogdan hater? Maybe I'm pissed off because I picked him against Tom Nolan 2 years ago, and then he got starched, bro.
Yeah. And you know what? He's got a long amateur career too. If you look up Bogdan Grad's fights, he was fighting a lot as an amateur, big extensive amateur career. So all that's experience. Even though he doesn't have a ton of UFC experience, he does have a lot of fights, and that counts for something. Albeit his first few pro fights were against bums. If you go look at those records, fucking 2-9 and bullshit like that. I'm making shit up, but if you go look, you'll see, It counts for experience, though. I do think that he'll do well under the lights here against an opponent at this level. Dangerous on the feet, but that's all I see Alexander. As to where Bogdan Grad, I'll give him 2 out of 3 areas: submission, grappling, the pure takedowns and wrestling, and that Alexander's the better striker. If he can get him tired, he might even do okay there. So we'll see what's up. It's a good fight.
Good fight, man. Listen, opposite ends of the pick. We got even money lines now. I was prepared to say I'm rocking with the dog, but lines have shifted towards even money between the two. So going Alexander here, Finch, man, going Bogdan. And listen, let's keep going up. Next fight, Jasudavicius versus Mayra Bueno Silva. I'm going with Mayra Bueno Silva to win this fight, Finch. She's getting written off completely. She's up at women's bantamweight, fighting for the belt, having moments against Raquel Pennington. She won the first round against Macy Chiasson. Now we're writing her off immediately. Now she's getting ran through. Jasudavicius' biggest win is Miranda Maverick. Maverick's overrated, man.
It's a good win.
Nah, it's
Who's
not.
Bueno Silva's biggest win? Holly Holm?
Holly Holm is a big win, to be fair.
All right, yeah, Holly Holm's
Bueno Silva has beaten, Holly Holm as the big win. Outside of that, I mean, she beat Jillian Robertson in her UFC debut. That's aged pretty well. Robertson's crafty.
Better than Jillian Robertson, right? Miranda Maverick.
I mean, different weight class. Who's to say? Okay. But what I do say is I think Jasudavicius is definitely pressure based and is going to look to wrestle up. I think Bueno Silva could be craftier with grappling. And I think in the striking, she matches up fine. Bueno Silva on the losing streak. So yes, it's like opposite career trajectories as far as momentum, but Bueno's still younger, and Jasudavicius is 3 wins. Priscilla Cachoeira, who's a striker only, Fatima Klein, who was making her debut, and then Ariane Lipsky, who's never been known for having good grappling. So Bueno Silva is, a higher level of jiu-jitsu caliber than, normally Jasudavicius shines against. That's really my reasoning for picking Bueno Silva, is I think her grappling prowess can match up with the pressure wrestling. And that's why I'm going with her.
It's a fucking good fight, man. Maybe she has better jiu-jitsu. Like Bueno Silva has great chokes. That ninja choke she hit on Holly Holm. It's rare that, I'm practicing a ladies fight at the gym the next day, but that's what I was doing, man. I was working on that ninja choke, because it was beautiful. Her striking might be a little better, but I feel like it's pretty close. And especially I trust Jasudavicius when the fight gets tough. Like when we get to the back half of that second round, when we get into that third round, when Jasudavicius has shot a few takedowns and they're sweaty and they're a little tired, I trust Jasudavicius's heart too. Yeah, man. Jasudavicius is going to be the lean here. Bueno Silva has sharp jiu-jitsu, so the submission threat is real, but if she's on her back, do I think she's going to hit the submission? It's less likely. And again, on the feet, I'll give her that first round, but I think 2 and 3 Jasudavicius can come through with the wrestling. I think the wrestling's going to matter. I think wrestling's going to matter in Saudi Arabia. Give me Jasudavicius 29-28.
Damn, you think she's handling Bueno Silva? So
Bueno Silva's good, bro.
She's crafty.
It's a good fight.
It is a good fight. I like her back takes. I like the fact that she had Raquel Pennington's back. She's good at locking that position up. Her rear naked chokes are tight. I think she could catch a neck of Jasudavicius in this one. Let's look at the odds. So right now, Bueno Silva is a plus 200 underdog with Jasudavicius at minus 235. I don't feel like the odds should be this wide for a fight like this. I think it's much closer to a 50-50. I mean, arguably, this is the biggest fight Jasudavicius has ever had, right? Tracy Cortez, she lost her in 2023. That's a decent name. Natalia Silva, super hot prospect on the come up. She lost to her in 2022. But Mayra Bueno Silva is a former title challenger. Like you said, she beat Holly Holm. I honestly feel Bueno Silva's being overlooked, man. I feel like Bueno Silva could pull through and surprise people, especially in a 3-rounder, especially because she's used to these big girls, and Jasudavicius is big.
Yeah, a 5-rounder, I would be even more concerned. Yeah, it's a good fucking fight, bro. I appreciate the love for Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva's good.
She's good. It's a good matchup, man.
Good matchup.
I just like the banter, bro. You know me. I like going back and forth.
I don't know about when she gets tired. When people get tired of like the wrestling, she's, the history of Brazilians in the Middle East is not outstanding.
They got to start getting some dubs, man. A win over a Canadian for a Brazilian's the right way to do it. It's a neutral ground. It's neutral territory for these two.
The 51st state. Yeah, we can say that much. But Jasudavicius ain't no normal Canadian. She's got that wrestling, y'all. Wrestling. She uses it well, man. I'm a bit of a Jazzy fan. When she beat Miranda Maverick, that's when I was put on notice. I was like, oh, that's what we're working with. Okay.
All right. Respect, man. Finch, man, going Jasudavicius. I'm going Bueno Silva. Let's keep running up. Next fight, we have Terrence McKinney versus Damir Hadžović. How I see this is you have to go Terrence McKinney because I can't sit here and sell you on Damir Hadžovic's skills. But the one thing I can caution you with is Damir Hadžović is relatively durable. He's kind of hard to put away. His style is a bit zombified already. Watch him exchanging blows late with Yancy Medeiros. He's one of the fighters that's going to outdog you. He's not going to be, significantly better than, most of even the back end lightweights, but he's tough and he doesn't have a lot of quit in him, right? He definitely has that dog mentality. Now, McKinney is substantially slicker, substantially faster, substantially more powerful. And I feel like he's substantially better in the first 5 minutes of a fight. But that's the concern with McKinney. If it doesn't end early, there is no evidence that he has shown us he can perform in the later rounds. But eventually, I think a fighter does win a decision. And I think Terrence McKinney could surprise people in the later stages. I don't know with McKinney if it's going to be patient McKinney. I think it's going to be blitz McKinney, especially with Hadžović not being active, right? When's he last fought? Damir Hadžović fought in 2022 against Mark Jacasey. It's been a while. Before
Almost
that, he fought all the way to
years.
2021. Right. He's 38. He's not active. I just think Terrence McKinney can start fast and kind of blitz Hadžović. I don't think Hadžovic's going to be ready for the pace. I'm going to say Terrence McKinney puts it on him. And I think McKinney gets a bit of hype back. It's like easy to write him off. But when you look at his losses, it's, Esteban Ribovics, right? And then, the Nazim Sadikov loss has not aged as well. He had a good first round, but then it fell apart. The Bonfim fight, Bonfim's a good striker, but, he's kind of gotten, showcased as mid-level as far as his overall game. And then the wins for McKinney recently have been the bottom of the barrel. Mike Breeden, who's no longer with the UFC. Brendan Morodi, no longer with the UFC. But I think he can beat a Damir Hadžović. He should beat a Damir.
Yeah, Damir Hadžović, you can't even really qualify him as gatekeeper. Shout out to it's so bad that I just brought this up from gatekeeper, but shout out to Clay Guida who just retired. That's a good gatekeeper. Clay Guida's the fucking man. Shout out to him. Johnsburg, Illinois. All right.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Close to my neck of the woods anyway. A little more out there than me, but shout out to the man Clay, the tough motherfucker. Damir Hadžović isn't even that good. I mean, he can't even be gatekeeper level, He's older now. AJ said it. He's coming up on 3 years out of the game. He's fighting this kid, Terrence McKinney, who's fucking explosive, who can get you out of there quick. Terrence McKinney, I think, smokes him, man. I think Terrence McKinney could put him out. We've even seen Hadžović get bullied on the ground. Like, there's a pathway there, too. I rewatched that Renato Moicano fight where Moicano stood over him after he took him down, took his back really quick, choked him, and you saw how bad Damir Hadžovic's rear naked choke defense was. I mean, it was pretty fucking bad. Like, Renato Moicano had one arm, the primary arm, all the way through, and didn't even have the secondary arm connected yet. And as he goes and gets the secondary arm connected, I forget if it was a gable or complete rear naked with the secondary arm behind that neck. Hadžović didn't even contest the hands. It's like, bro, fight the fucking hands. At least don't let him get his fucking hands together. I don't know what he did, pulled on the primary arm or whatever, but he got strangled quick. And then what was the line he said to him afterwards? He's like, if you wanted to keep fighting, why'd you submit me? It's like, bro, he's trained to finish you, bro. Like, it's your fault for getting submitted, not his fault for submitting you. So I think Damir Hadžovic's getting finished in the first.
Yeah, most likely. I don't think he's ready for McKinney's pace or even McKinney's level. Minus 470, though. Terrence McKinney's a huge favorite. At open, it was minus 500. He's a massive favorite in this fight. Hadžović plus 370 as the dog Even the under 1.5 is minus 230. It's hard to find valuable odds here. You have a plus 225 McKinney by KO. You have a plus 100 McKinney by submission. You have a McKinney in round 1 at minus 165.
I think McKinney is maybe reliable enough to bet on here, but the odds are not beautiful. And you don't usually put those two words together, Terrence McKinney and reliable, you know. I get it, you know, but this isn't Rebovix. I think he's got
Rebovic's a gangster. All right, I think so too. And Jort Creamer with 6.99 Canadian. Asu Almabayev will smudge Mike Finch for 3 rounds on March 1st. Wink face. Love you guys. My favorite duo ever. Give Gaziev Aspinall now. Gaziev with a win. Title shot will be riot. You're right. Finch, you know why? Steve Urseg's fighting Almabayev. That's what he's talking about.
Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay. Smudge Steve Urseg for 3 rounds. Is that your pick? All right. What do you mean by smudge? How do you talking about smash? How do you smudge somebody?
He's gonna smother. He's gonna smudge him like a smudge.
Smudge is like squish him.
Squish him.
Got it. Smudge him. I haven't heard that one.
Smudge him.
But I have heard of $7 from CA, Canada.
From Canada, yeah, the Great White North, the 51st state. Well, we're excited to have you guys.
Right. With Governor Trudeau. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. I appreciate the 7, and we appreciate you being here. Give Gaziev. You want to see Gaziev get killed, bro? You want to see Gaziev get slept? Then do that.
Let's go. And we got another one right under it. X Stacks. He says the church of AJ and Finch is on Monday, not Sunday. Exactly. This is the church of what's happening in the fight game. Shout out Joey Diaz. We can't steal his name of the show, but it's the church of AJ and Finch. Let's
holy
drink
water.
Some water.
This is holy water.
Listen, blessed be the holy water, man.
Thank you.
My predictions are on point. I feel good. Thank you, X Stacks. Finch. We got more fights to talk about, but I'm looking forward to this one. McKinney got it. We're in the same spot. McKinney got it.
Come on. If McKinney can't do this, what the fuck are we talking about?
Exactly.
McKinney's got this.
Exactly. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. Shamil Gaziev. Lord Gaziev, the king of the blob, the heavyweight physique champion. All 1 of 1. Olympia versus, it looks, I'll be honest, man. I would have thought it was Peter Griffin, but it's Thomas Petersen in this one.
Oh man, I was gonna try a Peter Griffin impression. That was gonna be bad, bro. What is this picture of Gaziev? Like you just like Joey Coco Diaz just whipped out his dick. Why is Gaziev looking like that, dog?
That's accurate, bro. Yeah, he saw some fucking schneegma or something on it as he pulled that out. He fucking jumped back.
What the fuck is going on? He looks like he just looked in the mirror at his fucking chest hair, bro. What the fuck is Gaziev looking at? That's a crazy picture of Gaziev.
I say it's a 1 of 1 of Gaziev, and personally, I'm a big fan of the facial expression because to me, it's sense of championship level, bro. The aura is strong within Gaziev, bro. He's gonna beat Petersen. No, he's not hyper elite level. He's not gonna fight Aspinall next and win. Jairzinho Rozenstruik gave him a veteran lesson, but he can't get past Petersen. I find that hard to believe. Now, to be fair, worry is Gaziev normally has a wrestling advantage. Petersen, quality wrestling background, quality wrestling base. Defensively, I'm sure he's sound. It's just in striking, Gaziev's a lot better. And if he loses to Petersen, call it wraps on the career, bro. I don't think Gaziev goes out like this, especially in Saudi Arabia. I think Gaziev is going to bust Petersen up on the feet. I think he's live to finish him with a volume striking attack. Wouldn't be shocked if he got a battered Petersen down, but I don't think he can just take him down from the jump. Petersen's got that good American wrestling base, and he's not good at striking as far as technical abilities, but he's also not that bad. Like, he knows how to throw punches. He beat Mo Usman using his stand-up last time out. I'm going to say that Gaziev goes out and beats him for sure. But, Petersen's style defensively with the wrestling could turn this into more of a striking match. And Gaziev does have a mid-gas tank. To be fair, that's a worry, but he should beat a Petersen for sure. For sure, he should win.
Yeah, I mean, Petersen was dog money against Mo Usman. I ended up going for him, and that worked out. I don't hate Petersen's hands. He's got okay hands, and like you said, he is a wrestler. So you could imagine a scenario where this fight plays out as a good fight, and you got Gaziev at 4-1 odds. Like that's a little wide. I know AJ was upset about the Terrence McKinney odds, but 4-1, I think that's too much love for the blob. But with that being said, they're in his neck of the woods. He probably is just a little bit better with the wrestling, a little bit better with the hands. Gas tanks are somewhat similar. You could maybe say Petersen has an edge, but slight advantage to the blob. Let's go Gaziev that he takes this thing. But it is kind of enticing when you see odds that wide because Petersen's like competent. He's okay. He could definitely box, man. I don't think he's just going to get fucked up. And, Gaziev, not the fastest guy, not the most athletic guy I've ever seen. So I'm interested to see what he looks like here. I think Petersen's going to be a bit of a test for him, but if Gaziev gets on top, the round's over at that point. You got to get up underneath him. You're going to get tired. You're going to get beat up. And then even if he is stuck on the feet, probably give him a slight edge. Give me Gaziev. Wins the first 2 rounds at least.
Odds for the fight have Gaziev currently at -330 as the favorite. Petersen +270 as the dog. Gaziev to win by a decision is +200. If he pulls through with a TKO, it's +135. Last fight, he beat Dontel Mays on the cards. And then, fight before that was the Rozenstruik loss, which is just way too much of a level jumping competition for him. And then, fight before that, he beat up Martin Boudet easily. I'm going to say Gaziev wins. I lean towards the possibility of decision. I lean towards the possibility of him backing Petersen up and making him uncomfortable. But there's also a whisper in my ear that I hear of, does Gaziev put him away? Does he rip him with some big shots? Petersen doesn't offer a lot on the feet. Maybe. I think Gaziev TKO late could happen, actually.
Damn. You trust the cardio? All right.
Do I trust it enough so that I want to go the KO line? I'm not telling you that. I'm just talking about a pure breakdown analytically.
Especially since they're probably wrestling in a little bit of a competitive fashion here, No, you know what helps too is home field advantage, man. It's more, it's Petersen who's the away team. So, yeah, that's all. It all factors into a Gaziev win. Even if it's close on the cards, you got to think if anybody's getting some love, it's the blob. And it's also Che Cow. Thank you so much, Che. I appreciate that so much. My dream team, he says, love you guys. Love the show. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, Che. Thank you.
Thank you, Che Cow, my brother. Thank you for the 20, bro. Very generous of you. Thank you.
20 is super generous. That's love.
20's generous, bro. He's a gangster. Gaziev, the gangster for the
water
W.
Shot to Che.
Water shot to the man. Get that holy water in, Finch, because we need it. We're going up to the main card next, bro. We need to be blessed for the main card. I should probably drink some myself. I might have to get a little in my hand. Let me get a little on myself, sprinkle it. You know what I'm saying? Amen.
There we go. AJ, after meditating all weekend,
it came together, my friend. I see you all. The third eye is wide open, my brother. Wide open. All
Doubled
right,
up on Gaziev. We got it. 4-1's a little wild, but we'll take it.
Let's go. Next fight, we are at the main card opener. If you guys haven't, smash the likes. If you're new, hit subscribe. You want to lock in, man. I'm doing 2 streams a day. Okay. I'll see you all for the lunchtime live, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, mañana. Or actually, it's 12:23. So
working,
today.
Folks. Working over here. Show them some respect and turn those post notifications on.
Do it for your boy. Let's get into the fight. First of the main card, Muhammad Naimov taking on Kaan Ofli. Interesting matchmaking here with Ofli losing on the Ultimate Fighter finale and then getting matched up with Naimov, who's, a relatively good prospect. He lost to Felipe Lima last time, but Lima is one of those special Brazilian prospects to watch. Naimov still has that win over Nathaniel Wood. Yes, controversial, but still a win nonetheless. Beat Jamie Malarkey in the debut. I'm not speaking too highly of the Eric Silva win. That was a weird one. But I feel like Naimov's good enough to deal with Ofli. What I saw from Ofli on The Ultimate Fighter is good pressure wrestling, okay stand-up, uses it efficiently to land takedowns and control guys, and he's pretty strong. But Naimov's a decent wrestler too, and he's definitely the more mobile striker. He's quicker on the feet. He's slicker on the feet. He's better at stand-up fighting, and I don't think there's a high chance of him getting out-wrestled, and if he's taken down, I see him scrambling back up to his feet relatively well. I guess I just have a hard time seeing Ofli implement such a pressure-heavy game plan and finding great success without taking some real damage from Naimov. Then add on top, we are in, Saudi Arabia. Naimov's got to have, the edge of all factors here. I'm saying Naimov wins. I think he's live for a decision win. Ofli could have some moments in the fight, but Naimov's got good wrestling. Naimov's got better striking, and I think he beats an Ofli who's coming off a pretty bad knockout loss against Myron Santos in that finale of Tough.
Yeah, and I think he's also getting out wrestled by Naimov. Like, not that Ofli can't wrestle. He should be a bit competitive there, but I think Naimov's more powerful, gonna out grapple him, gonna really start wearing on him if he can get to that top position. And should just be able to handle business, especially Ofli coming back after that one. So I think Naimov is a solid guy here to pick, man. Naimov decision probably grinds him out 30-27.
I like decision. I like the chance of a W. I like Naimov. Finch likes Naimov. I think at minus 285, the line did not shock me when I have like some true UFC experience versus a guy with just one fight, and it was against another debuting guy in the finale of Tough. I think Naimov's got a good chance to pull through. Now, yes, he's a favorite and a half, bro. Minus 285 is wide. Plus 245 for Ofli. I lean towards over 2.5. It's minus 200. Naimov by a decision at minus 115, but it wouldn't blow my mind if Naimov put some punches together and hurt Ofli. Seeing Ofli get chinned like that on the Ultimate Fighter finale, granted it was a perfect counter shot, but it was still a pretty violent KO loss. I think Naimov could hurt him too in this one here. I'm going Naimov for the W though, and the official pick will be decision, but Naimov's got 5 KO wins to his credit. It's not like he lacks power. He's dangerous on the feet.
He might be better at 3 out of 3 areas here. No, I don't even think the odds are crazy, dude. I like Naimov in this matchup.
I do too, man. I feel like it was real hard. I was trying to look for something that Ofli did to substantially threaten Naimov. And my only thought was, okay, he's got to out wrestle him, but Naimov can wrestle.
Yeah.
I find that hard to consider.
I could even pick him in a grappling match, man. And as you said, Naimov has powerful hands. Naimov's got heavy fucking hands too. So, if Ofli's a little gun shy on the feet, I mean, he's kind of fucked here. Naimov, we're on it. We agree again.
Let's go. We're on the same side, Finch. Jort Creamer, thank you for $6.99. CM Punk, Umar, Movzar have the same finishes over ranked fighters. They should have given that fight to Mike Finch Urseg.
Yeah, absolutely. The actual me, not Steve Urseg, wanted that CM Punk fight. How fucking perfect would that have been? Instead of watching Mickey Gall all these years, you could have been watching me out there going 50-50 in the UFC. Wouldn't that have been more fun? But then, Moneyline might not have happened. Who knows what would have happened, right? So
I don't know what you'd be doing the funny line or something like that.
Yeah. Who fucking knows? Who knows what will be going on? So fate led me here, folks. But I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jort. We appreciate you. Finch and I starting the main card off right. I'm happy we are in line for the main card for at least fight number 1. Let's get to the next one. Ziam versus Mike Davis. I'm favoring the side of Mike Davis. He's one of those underrated lightweights. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by injuries and his activity rate hasn't been high, but he's got a 4-fight win streak. His only loss in the UFC is Gilbert Burns nearly 6 years ago. He's really physically strong. He can grapple well. He strikes well too. And what I like about his style is he strings it together nicely. He truly is well-rounded in all aspects of fighting. Whereas Ziam, I know he's a good kickboxer, but he's not a great grappler. Defensively, he's sound enough. We've seen him exposed on the ground in the past, but he's made improvements. He has made improvements. But one area where I think he is at a true deficiency here is going to be purely in the aspect of physicality, man. When they wrestle, when they tie up, I know that Mike Davis is going to be the stronger fighter. And I also have confidence that he has good techniques to get the fight to the ground and control the fight on the ground. I think Mike Davis wins this fight, man. I think he's probably very live to get it to the floor and submit a Faraz Ziam. In the striking, I also don't feel he's completely outgunned. Davis has relatively good kickboxing. He's got some power in his hands. He's been one of those guys that's been on the UFC roster for what feels like a decade, but just hasn't had the consistency with getting fights to build enough momentum to get a shot against ranked fighters. But Mike Davis is talented, and he's in his prime at 32. Faraz Ziam's 27, bit younger, good prospect level fighter, but I just don't think he's ready for the efficiency of the game that Davis brings. So I'm going with Davis to win.
On a nice streak, though, Faraz Ziam, Michael Figlak, Jai Herbert, not a bad decision to have. Claudio Puella's decision. Matt Frivola, that fucking knee is viral, dude. That knee is going down in history, man. That knockout really does something for your career. And active too, right? 2 fights in 2022, 2023, 2 fights in 2024. He's rolling. He's active. Mike Davis, 1 fight in the last, how many years? 3 years. The Natan Levy finish was nice, but all that factors into me being like, man, this one's tough because skill for skill, I could see a pathway for Davis. Davis has more ability in the grappling department, could potentially out wrestle him here. But you got him flying across the world to fight a kid who's on fire. I mean, Faraz Ziam striking's looking better than ever. I am going to assume his grappling's been getting better. His confidence has to be higher. I can imagine Faraz Ziam kneeing him in the face too. So, do you pick the better fighter or do you pick the dude who's got the momentum and is on fire? Because that shit all matters, you know? Hardest fight for me to pick on the card, probably. I want to say Faraz Ziam can knock him out, but I do imagine him getting taken down. And once he gets taken down, it'll be interesting because it's not like Davis is a slouch on the feet. It's not like he's going to leave himself vulnerable and do stupid shit. Split decision, Davis. But, bro, very fun matchup. Faraz Ziam, live KO ability, and really putting it all together. At 27, the dude actually is putting it together. I'm not trying to underestimate him. So I'll just say it's a no bet for me. I'm watching this one.
I'm more confident in Davis than you, bro. I think Davis is good, man. I think he's underrated. I think his grappling skills are strong. He fights smart. He's got a good fight IQ. I just think he's going to give Ziam a bit of a check that Ziam's level is not towards top 15, where Davis is close to that.
I'm not. I would pick Davis over Matt Frivola too, but Matt Frivola is a strong motherfucker who wanted to take Faraz Ziam down. Like Faraz Ziam, I'm not trying to underestimate Ziam either.
He's plus 120 as a dog is Faraz Ziam.
That don't mean shit.
Mike Davis minus 140 odds exactly.
That's close enough to even.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't bet on the odds.
No, you can't.
It's not about the odds. You know. Yeah. I think you get your popcorn for this one, but yeah, I could see Davis out grappling him. That's what I'm concerned about. I do think Faraz Ziam striking's fucking dangerous. You better take him down in the first round and get him tired.
Davis to win, money line minus 140, and over 2.5 is minus 220. Could he lock up a finish? It's a possibility. It's not a high likely outcome. Inside distance plus 250. Davis by sub plus 475. His 2 wins by submissions, got a win by sub in his last fight. But I think either way, whether it's striking or grappling, I see Davis outworking Faraz Ziam. So I'm going with Mike Davis, man. I got confidence he can pull through.
Yeah, on the ground though, yes?
I think he can mix it up on the feet. I think he can strike with Ziam too. I really think that Davis is good, man. He's been a guy that just doesn't fight enough, but I really think he's got skills. It's like one of those guys that's easy to forget about because you don't see him consistently, right?
Exactly. And that matters though, man. It matters if he's out, you know. That's one of the reasons why I was happy to pick Terrence McKinney. It's like,
Valid.
Hadžovic's been out for so long. Actually, his name, we say Hadžović, but I wrote the actual sounding. It's Hadžović. Hadžović.
Damir Hadžović.
We don't give a fuck,
Damir Hadžović.
Hadžović has been out for so long. That's a factor. It's a factor. So I called Davis the better fighter. We'll go with it.
Let's go. Davis the call for us both. A little less confidence on the Finch side, but I got I don't know. I got some faith in Mike Davis. Let's keep running.
I got some faith in John Herrera. Let's fucking go, John Herrera. Welcome. We appreciate having you, and we hope you're able to eat if you like to bet on fist fights. Welcome to the channel, dog.
John Herrera, my friend. First time here. Is your first time on the channel ever? Well, bless the YouTube algorithm for bringing you to us, man. We're glad to have you. Make sure you hit subscribe. If you're an MMA addict, bro, listen, I got you covered up in here every day. Finchman and I holding down the fort on Mondays, but hit the subscribe button, bro. You'll be enjoying what's coming. Thank you for the big 20, brother. We appreciate you. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we have Said Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira.
Damn.
This is a great fight.
Damn. They ain't playing with this one.
True battle of let's find out. That's what I took it as. Let's find out. Oliveira, hot prospect on the come up. Said.
Can I say good matchmaking again? Because I'm gonna say it. Good matchmaking, man. They ain't playing with Oliveira. They could have brought him up the slow way. They said, "All right, are you good or not? You gonna flying me another dude? Let's see it."
He likes to take hard fights because he's got a lot of MMA fights. 21-3 as a pro. He's got a ton of fights outside of the UFC. So he came into the octagon very comfortable in fighting. Sopai, back and forth banger. He gets a sick knockout in round 3. Second fight, he handled the very experienced Ricky Simón. Ricky Simón, the last man to beat Merab. I think Vinicius Oliveira is definitely a talent to watch. I'm picking him against Nurmagomedov. Now, Said Nurmagomedov is a crafty striker, but he's been backed up in fights before. He's been controlled on the inside. Lock Dog is a big bantamweight. He's a physically strong one, too. He's got an unorthodox style of striking, which I think could give Nurmagomedov some trouble, man. And I saw that third round with Jonathan Martinez, and I thought to myself, yes, Nurmagomedov had good moments, right? But ultimately, he didn't finish the fight with that dog intensity, whereas Martinez was bringing the thunder until the final bell. Whereas I think this matchup here, Oliveira will bring that pressure to him throughout the whole fight. Said, after the fight, hands on his knees, tired, whereas Martinez puts his hands up, gets on top of the cage, and celebrates. I take the body language into an account, too. I think when it gets tough, Oliveira is going to push through, and I'm saying Oliveira gets a surprising win. I'm saying Oliveira pulls off the W. I think he can get a hard-fought decision against a very game and talented Said Nurmagomedov. I'm going with Vinicius Oliveira. Said is a kickboxer. He has decent enough grappling for sure, but he's not from Team Khabib, okay? He's from Dogfighter, which is more of a kickboxing team where, Zabit Magomedsharipov came from. I think Oliveira wins.
Say kickboxing again, AJ, because I got news for you. He finishes more fights by submission than he finishes by knockout. And my boy Said Nurmagomedov could catch a club and sub here, too. I got Said Nurmagomedov. You want to bring up the Jonathan Martinez fight? I'm going to bring up the Gafurov fight. And look at what Gafurov just did against Rinya Nakamura. None of us expected that shit, to be fair. But
Rinya's a can.
Nakamura's a can? Holy shit. Holy shit. Why didn't you tell us 2 weeks ago?
I didn't realize it until after the fight.
God damn.
He was paid off by the fucking Japanese mob.
Then he's not a can. He's just a criminal. I got Said Nurmagomedov 29-28. Look, he does slow down in the third, but he doesn't have to. I don't know if they're going to be at that type of pace. I think that Oliveira is very talented. He can catch you. You could ask Bernardo Sopai about that. And he's fought decent competition. I mean, take nothing away from Ricky Simón, but these guys, I feel like the style of Said Nurmagomedov is not that high risk. He does fight well in that green zone, and his ability to snatch necks. I mean, he's a solid threat for Vinicius Oliveira. I could imagine him scoring those first 2 rounds, making Vinicius work a little bit. And it's not like Vinicius has unlimited cardio either. He fights with his hands down sometimes too. Give me Said Nurmagomedov, but hey, big respect to Vinicius Oliveira. He is dangerous. He's a finisher. There's no question the UFC would love to see some more highlight reel knockouts, and Vinicius Oliveira can deliver them. I'll go as far as to say, if you're confident in betting on Vinicius Oliveira, yo, power to you. You might have it. I should really dig in deep and really do a tape study and sit with this one. I'll do that before I drop my bets this week. I won't be dropping too many bets tonight. I might give a couple bets out tonight. Shameless plug for my show, Most Confident Picks, right after this. But I do think Said Nurmagomedov is not high risk enough to say that I'm going to bet on Vinicius Oliveira. I think Vinicius Oliveira is good at beating a guy who moves forward a little reckless. I don't think that's going to be Said. Give me Said decision.
I think that you'd be surprised by the Brazilian savage, bro. I'm a lock dog believer, man. I'm a lock dog's witness up in here. The physicality is very live. I don't forget about Sergio Kakramanov bullying Nurmagomedov a bit before getting caught in the gilly. Respect to Nurmagomedov because he's got crafty submissions, and I know he's a good fighter. This is not me saying Said Nurmagomedov is trash. That's why I'm picking against him. But I feel like Vinicius Oliveira has burst on the scene with something special, something that I think, I don't know, matches up well with the top 15. And I think he's a Brazilian bantamweight to keep an eye on. And I think he's going to surprise people, man. I'm going with Oliveira as the dog. I'm going with the Oliveira, man. Hey, let's go, Robbie. We appreciate you, dog. Shout out to Jeremy Stevens is his second cousin, or no, cousin-in-law. Shout out to Jeremy Stevens. Even though he said you can't be a fighter, shout out to your boy.
Shout out. Yo, sick fight. Is this not a fun one to watch?
Amazing.
A little bit. It's going to make us sweat betting on it, I think. But is this not a fucking fun one to watch? Just a cool matchup.
Thank you, Auntie Up. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the 2, my brother. Thank you, Auntie Up 21. Thank you, bro. Let's read the odds off, Finch, man. We have Moneyline odds for Said sitting at -170. Vinicius +145. Very interesting, my brother. Very interesting. I'm picking Oliveira +145 as the dog here. Decision. We're in Saudi, which you got to have a little worry. Oliveira on the cards +300. I just think it's going to be a fair scorecard. I think it's going to be a just decision, Finch. And I think Vinicius gets it on a fair decision.
All right. I think of Vinicius as this finisher, this guy who's not a round winner, this guy who, Bernardo Sopai looked good against him.
He beat Simone handily, though, on decision.
Yeah. But is Ricky Simone great? I think we got a little too much love for Ricky Simone early on, and that he's shown to not be this this great guy. I don't know if his grappling's that good, etc. As to where I think Said's going to be more comfortable on the feet, more comfortable in the green zone, more comfortable kicking with them, not going to run into those flying knees. With that being said, I mean, Vinicius Oliveira can knock any man out in the division. I got a lot of respect for him. I think of him as a finisher, though. I do.
Okay. Vinicius Oliveira, the pick for me. Finchman going Said. It's violence incoming, and I'm very damn excited for the fight. Let's jump up to the next matchup. This is our featured fight at heavyweight.
They did it again.
Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik is fun. This is the bounce back for Sergey Pavlovich. You heard it here, and I'm telling you, he's going to bounce back. This is a matchup that favors him. From, as Finch would say, the red zone, the yellow zone, Pavlovich is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, from long range, with Pavlovich having the reach advantage, he would be arguably better on the outside. Rozenstruik has decent kicks. He's not an incredible high kicker, but he can chop at the legs well. He's got a lot of kickboxing fights. But when they close that gap, the amount of power, the kinetic energy that Pavlovich generates in his punches is still some of the best in MMA right now. And I don't think you can overlook a Pavlovich for losing his last two against Alexander Volkov, who many feel just beat Cyril Gane, and prior to that, getting chinned by Tom Aspinall. I think Pavlovich is going to give Rozenstruik a nightmare. And I think he's probably going to chin him badly. I don't think that Rozenstruik can stay away from the power punches on the feet. I see him getting caught. I see him getting clipped. I see him getting slept, man.
Biggie boy's 6'2". You're making me question the reach, though. How long is the reach? Reach is 78 inches, 6'2". And then my boy Sergey is 6'3", reach is 84 inches. All right.
He's got some arms on him, man.
All right. He does have some fucking arms. Damn, Sergey. I did not know he had that much reach on him. I thought of these guys were the same height. Huh. Interesting. Yo, I'm gonna piss so many people off with these next three picks. I'm going with Biggie boy. Hear me out. Hear me out. AJ, you can shit on me. AJ, I deserve it. Okay. Give me the juice. Hear me out. Okay. Biggie boy against Tai Tuivasa showed how you can pick away at him, just touch him and move around. All right. Sergey Pavlovich thrives off of hitting stupid heavyweights coming in at him with stupid shots. I think Biggie boy learned his lesson from the Volkov fight. We saw the way, and Tai Tuivasa is a short, fat motherfucker. I understand that. But I'm saying that he can fight in a similar fashion against the Pavlovich, throwing kicks, kickboxing with him. And you're saying it's the bounce back. Maybe it could be, but Pavlovich has been disappointing, man. His performance has admitted he did not look good to me against Volkov, and Volkov beat both of these guys. I know. But I didn't quite expect the shutout that Volkov pitched like that. I'm questioning the Pav at this point. With that being said, he has real heavyweight power. I thought the reach was even. I was mistaken. But I'm going to stick with my man Rozenstruik. And I know motherfuckers are going to hate that. And maybe I deserve to be wrong. But at least admit I got a nice dog. Give me the odds.
Give me a moment of getting myself together, bro.
Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey Pavlovich is basic. All right? His shit is basic. He does not deserve the ATT logo, okay? His shit is way too basic, ones and twos. He's standing right there, too easy to hit. I think that Rozenstruik has a dynamic game. He can attack the legs. He can attack that big-ass body. I think Rozenstruik can eke out a decision here, man.
Wow. Rozenstruik. Finch man going Rozenstruik. Let me get myself together, man. Give me a second. Holy shit. I'll be honest. This pick shocked me. I had no idea that you were going Rozenstruik.
I'm going Rozenstruik.
I'm flabbergasted a bit.
I think Pav is overrated.
Oh, wow.
I think he's overrated. You're like, when Pav gets hit, it's like a ton of bricks. But you have to have a delivery system. His delivery system doesn't look that good right now.
But at heavyweight, with both guys lacking in speed, isn't it likely that Pavlovich finds the chin at some point? Then wouldn't it be likely that if Pavlovich is successful landing a hard shot, Rozenstruik will go out, as we've seen? The evidence tells me Rozenstruik has a more questionable chin as opposed to Sergey Pavlovich. Am I reaching with that?
No, and honestly, I think Rozenstruik can get a decision here. I don't even think Rozenstruik finishes Pav. I think it's Rozenstruik who's just got to avoid getting clobbered with a big shot. I mean, when you fight Pav and you're a good, competent kickboxer like Rozenstruik, who is also 6'2", an inch shorter and got a little bit less reach, I guess, but he's a better kicker than him. He's a little bit faster. He's I think not stupid enough to get caught with a big shot.
Okay. All right, respect. Finchman going with the large underdog. Sergey Pavlovich is minus 325 as a wide favorite, with Jairzinho Rozenstruik as a plus 275 underdog. Now, over 1.5 sits at plus 180, Finch. I know you like it going longer. Rozenstruik to win on the cards all the way up at plus 700, Whereas Pavlovich by KO minus 265. Oh my gosh. You go on that decision? You feeling that decision? Because that would be a crazy prop.
I think it's the best way for him to fight. And that's what I said on the Tai Tuivasa fight. Let me give myself the pat on the back. Tai Tuivasa, they're bangers. They're going to bang it out. No. Tai Tuivasa is the West Sydney banger. Rozenstruik can fight a technical fight. You know, you could see him working with his kickboxing coach. They're not stupid. They don't want to get knocked out. They don't like getting knocked out. Who likes getting knocked out? Tai Tuivasa, I guess. You know, he can fight a technical fight. I think he's going long.
Okay. Finch, man, just hit me with the curveball, chat. I didn't expect it. It came out of nowhere. He's going Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I'm damn excited for the fight. I'm more excited for it now because you're seeing Rozenstruik picking them apart. I'm excited to see if Pavlovich gets, you know, the showcase or the exposure because it's one of two.
If Pav wins, it's a KO, right?
That's got to be, yeah.
If Pav wins, it's KO. If Biggie Boy wins, chipping away.
All right. Damn, son. Well, I'm going Pavlovich with the knockout power. Finch going Rozenstruik with the crafty kickboxing. And we got some disagreement on the feature fight. Let's see with the co-main event. We got Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page. My brother, I'm going with Shara Bullet Magomedov. Yes, you can call it the hype pick. That's fine. I'm going with Shara Bullet. He is the more true middleweight of the two. He's an incredibly elusive striker. Now, I got to say some props to Michael Venom Page. Probably the most unique style of stand-up fighting we have ever seen in MMA, with both hands down for a majority of the time, extremely wide stance, very awkward stance as well. The way he stands like almost sideways. Nice lead leg work to manage distance. Good straight right hand to counter strike as opponents look to enter close range. But Shara Bullet's got snapping kicks. Shara Bullet can box well, and he's got speed, and I think he's more powerful than Michael Venom Page. I see Shara Bullet pulling through against MVP in this one. Now, we saw Ian Gary mix in a bit of grappling against Michael Venom Page. It wouldn't blow my mind if a fighter born in Dagestan decides to mix in takedowns, but know it, Shara Bullet is a stand-up fighter. But he does have a decent trip arsenal, and I can see him tripping Page, getting on top of it. I can see him touching him with decent strikes. I do see Page having moments making awkwardness, the forefront, really. If Page is to win, it's going to be a weird-looking fight, I feel. Shara hit a double spinning back fist against Armin Petrosian, and then I really realized to myself, this guy has one-of-one strike timing and reflexes. I think he's a special striker, man, and I think he's going to beat the former welterweight Michael Venom Page. I'm going Shara Bullet to win. I could see a decision, but a counter shot KO, similar to what Douglas Lima was able to do to Page, would be best case scenario for Shara. But either way, a win over MVP, especially in a striking fight, massive. I'm going Shara Bullet.
Damn. I've been arguing with motherfuckers all week about this fight. I've been arguing with people all week about this fight. And I'm with AJ, motherfuckers. We're going with Shara Bullet. I believe that Shara Bullet can kick with him. Look, MVP style. Oh, he's got all these wins, a beautiful record. He's fought mostly cans. Like, look back in his record. Bellator always love Bellator. Shout out to Bellator. But they always took care of him. They gave him a bunch of his highlights. Oh, man, have you seen a highlight reel? I mean, against who? His highlights are against who? Not when he's fighting the best. He's got a couple names, but that's later in the career, you know? And at this point, what is he, 37, 38? He's getting older. That style does not tend to be great for older fighters. MVP, not a complete fighter. He doesn't have the takedown threat that you would like to see against a Shara Bullet. Shara Bullet, by the way, also a kicker. So Shara Bullet can kick with him. It is a strange style for Shara to get used to, but it's not like Shara's just cookie cutter either. Shara's got game. Let's fucking go. Guard down. Guard down. You must like MVP because my man got his guard down all the time. Yeah, MVP fights like a karate fighter. He's on the balls of his feet. He has the karate bounce. He moves in, he moves out. But who can hurt who? Where's the damage coming from? because Shara Bullet's one of the best kickers in the division. Shara Bullet's bigger, stronger, hits harder, kicks harder. He's on a fucking streak. He's got 3 wins in 2024. They just churning him out. He's in his neck of the woods, Saudi Arabia, not far from home. You gotta think that MVP is going to be the one who has to do more here with output, because he's not going to hit with as much of a thud, and he has to set up a nice head kick KO or something, which he hasn't shown to do very well. He just lost to Ian Gary. Ian Gary fought a good fight against an injured Shavkat, but not that devastating either. I think Shara hits harder than both of those guys. You know, I've heard people hate on Shara's style, this and that. He's been fighting decent strikers. Armin Petrosian's a decent striker. He's been fighting guys. So if you're not going to take Shara down, if you completely wipe that away, I think he can hit Michael Venom Page with some shit. I think he could kick with him. So very impressed with the kicking game of Shara Bullet. Let's go with him. I wouldn't be shocked if he put MVP down once or twice. I'm not even saying KO, just put him on the canvas once or twice. And, you know, it works with him. And yeah, the takedowns are live, but I'll give MVP a little more credit now. He had to get ready for Logan Storley in Bellator. And Logan Storley's takedowns are tremendous. He was like state champ wrestler in high school and brought it to the to MMA very well. Logan Storley could not take him down, dude. Could not take him down. So MVP's takedown defense is pretty solid, albeit, you know, trips are a little different. I think Shara Bullet can do some damage here and fuck him up. If we're scoring on damage and we're scoring in Saudi, I'm going with the Bullet.
I think Bullet's the right call, man. He's a -175 favorite with MVP at +150 as the dog. Looking towards the side of Shara Bullet to win on the cards, it's +115. If you think he's getting a KO, it's all the way up at +300, and an over 2.5 at -240. To me, what stood out is Shara probably wins a decision. It would be sick to see him go out and sleep Michael Venom Page.
I think it's live.
And fine. I think it could happen. Shara Bullet's nasty. Boom, boom. Bro, we got prime Shara Bullet, and we have, like you said, 37-year-old Michael Venom Page. I get it. MVP's tricky to deal with, but he's fighting up in weight too at 185. And like you said, man, if there's somebody doing damage in this fight, it's Shara Bullet. Page, he has to outpoint him and be like relatively perfect for 3 rounds. Whereas I think Shara Bullet is going to come in throwing nasty snapping kicks. He'll attack the legs of MVP. I think he'll have moments in the fight. And I think people are going to say, damn, okay, Shara Bullet can really mix it up at that level striking. And I'm damn excited for the fight. This is like the true Shara Bullet showcase opportunity. You go out and beat a Michael Venom Page, regardless of him being, you know, a 170 pounder. As far as, you know, elite level strikers go, he's up there.
I mean, look at how Shara came up: 4-1, 9-2, 14-5, 16-4, 21-5. He's beating a dude 21-5. He comes into the UFC, beats Bruno Silva, solid striker, beats Antonio Tricoli, whatever, but a tall dude, beats Michael Jacek, decent boxer, Armin Petrosian, and he's on a roll right now, and he's only 30. He's young, you know, as where Michael Venom Page has 7 more years of a career and, you know, is losing to Mike Perry and BKFC and bare knuckle fighting, and losing to Ian Gary via decision, you know, losing that split decision to Logan Storley. You know, that fight kind of sucked, honestly. But that was pretty bad. You know, looking through, I mean, what's the last good win? Paul Daly in 2019. Who's like 5'6". How fucking tall is Paul Daly? I don't know.
5'9", I believe.
Bullet's the problem, man. Shara Bullet's bigger too, as you said. A real solid 6'2", you know, 185 pounder. As to where, you know, we've seen MVP down at 170. I'm seeing a lot of reasons to like Shara Bullet, y'all. I know some of y'all hate it, but y'all can hate. That's what I think.
Let's go. Shara Bullet to take home the W. We both see him taking out Michael Venom Page. And I think we got to jump to the marquee matchup of the night. It's main event time. Now, if you guys are watching and you haven't, make sure you all smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I got daily content coming with the lunchtime live going down. And hey, less than 12 hours, I'll be back live again, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Let's talk the main event. Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. Adesanya is defending the spot. I respect him for taking this fight and not trying to wait out for, some type of instance where he'd get a fight against a Strickland, a Duplessis, or even somebody like a Hamzat. The pick for me is Nasruddin Imavov. I'm going with the momentum trending forward as opposed to Adesanya's momentum trending downward. Momentum. I'm losing my fucking words over here. I'm slurring up in here, man. Holy shit.
Come on, AJ.
I've been heated up, my brother. I think that Nasruddin Imavov is crafty on the inside with his boxing, underrated left hook, quick hands, can definitely mix it up in boxing range with Adesanya. Now, in a kicking battle, yes, Adesanya is better. I have seen an Adesanya give up space. I've seen an Adesanya wilt away from exchanges. Prime Adesanya didn't do those things. I really think it comes down to how far removed is Izzy from his best days. I don't feel that this is the same level Israel Adesanya that knocked out Robert Whittaker or the same Adesanya that beat Paulo Costa. I even don't feel this is the same Adesanya that beat Alex Pereira in their rematch. He took 2 losses in a row, and they're fights that he took damage in. He's over the age of 35 at this point. He's had a long career too, right? It's not just 35, the number. The dude has how many fights across combat sports? And he's taken on a hungry Nasruddin Imavov who's talented, who's well-rounded. Nasruddin Imavov, too, comes on strong later in fights. That's something I love about his style. I feel like at 3, 4, and 5, he starts getting this second gear and he can turn it on. He did well knocking out Jared Cannonier, albeit early stoppage, but good striking shown in the lead up to the early stoppage. Beat Brendan Allen last time. I think Imavov can win in a pretty competitive fight, especially if he can make it a little bit dirtier, bring it into boxing range. You don't even have to take Izzy down for sure, but you threaten him with takedowns, get some boxing going on the inside. I also have to say, Adesanya could be taken down in this fight by an Imavov. Imavov's not a great wrestler, but he could land a trip on the inside. Imavov's got decent clinch grappling. I'm going with Nasruddin Imavov. I think he's very live to beat Israel Adesanya, and it all comes down to how far removed from the prime. It's decision if he's still kind of close to it, right? It's a finish if Adesanya is truly beyond the championship caliber. I'm going to Imavov.
Ooh, let's go. AJ on the dog. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm on the dog, too. I think Nasruddin Imavov can handle this shit in the green zone. I think Nasruddin Imavov has that nice bounce. He's able to be a more well-rounded mixed martial arts fighter. And I looked at this fight a way that I've never looked at a fight before. I asked myself a question. I said, which one is going to piss me off more? Is it going to piss me off more that I went with Nasruddin Imavov and he just, he gets outclassed by Israel Adesanya? Would I be okay with that? Or is it going to piss me off more that I picked Israel Adesanya knowing that I watched him quit against Dricus du Plessis? Which one's going to piss me off more? I'm not picking the quitter. And some people are going to take that and cut it and be like, Mike's saying Israel Adesanya, he's been a champ. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not trying to take one thing away from the world championship historic career of Israel Adesanya. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to say is they're going to fight on Saturday. And what I see is a 35-year-old Israel Adesanya who's been fighting for all these years, who's a millionaire, who does not need this, fighting a guy who just beat Roman Dolidze, who just beat now I'm forgetting. Brendan Allen.
All of it. I got
Brendan Allen, who just beat Jared Cannonier. These are solid fucking wins, dude. I mean, the Roman Dolidze and the Brendan Allen dubs aged really nicely. Roman Dolidze looked good against Kevin Allen, broke his fucking ribs. I think Nasruddin Imavov is the truth. I've been picking him all the way up, and he's been doing well by me. 3-0 in 2024. There's a theme. I like the folks who are, if you went 3-0 in 2024, it looks like I picked you on this card. Momentum is real. And I think he's going to go in there and he's the one who's going to be willing to die on Saturday night. And it's not Izzy. It's not the millionaire. So I got Nasruddin Imavov when the thing gets hard. You know, Nasruddin Imavov had to do 5 rounds already. At least he felt it. He knows what it feels like. The one thing you could say about Izzy is the experience has to count for something. He has a beautiful style to watch. He is a elite striker from distance, but Nasruddin Imavov's distance striking is great too. And as AJ said, as he closes distance, as he starts putting punches on you, as he starts mixing up his takedowns like he has been doing, he's got a lot of other options that Israel Adesanya just doesn't really show. So while Izzy's takedown defense is pretty good, a tired Izzy who's breaking a little bit, who ends up getting taken down, I could imagine him getting choked again. It's not like Dricus du Plessis is some fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu ace. He just broke Izzy. And I think Imavov could do the same thing. Nasruddin Imavov, late finish.
Wow. I like the call, Finch. Manziman, thank you for 777. What's up, fellas? AJ, send me a link to Discord. Let's go. It's in the community tab. You'll see it. If you're a member, you'll see it in the members community tab. I'll link you up. I put it there last night thinking of you, but I couldn't find your comment where you asked about it. So thank you, Manziman, for donating and asking again, brother.
Appreciate that, Monzi. You're the man. Yo, let me tear this one up real quick. The only man to defeat Poatan. Highly, highly overrated comment, okay? And the reason why that's highly overrated was they just gave him chance after chance after chance. And what was happening in that last fight? Poatan was beating his fucking ass. Poatan was kicking his leg, walking him down. Izzy's hurt. He's back on the... Look at where he finished the fight. His back was on the fucking wall. And what happens when you got an animal backed into a corner? They lash out. They get dangerous. And so Israel Adesanya, I'm not going to say closed his eyes, but I felt like it essentially, right? Just threw the Hail Mary and hit the touchdown. And who's been telling you that Poatan's vulnerable for the overhand right for years? Your boy was trying to let you know. I've been seeing that the whole time. Apparently, City Kickboxing saw the same thing. They went with the overhand right, and it worked. But, brother, you run, you pick the fight. You run it enough times, you're going to give the other guy a shot. How many times they run the fucking fight? So, the record's not favoring Izzy in that fight. So just because he got the last one does not mean he's better than Poatan. Hard stop.
Yeah, valid as fuck. That's a big, accolade used in favor of Adesanya here.
Let's see him move up to 205 and do it again. Who do you got? Who's the favorite?
Come on. Poatan's a 3-1 favorite over Adesanya at 205. It's not close as far as the odds and the outcome, I don't think either. Listen, he also has taken back-to-back losses by that point, right? Through that point, from that point, and Manziman with the 777, doubling up because y'all are double trouble, getting the vibe started for a great weekend. Let's go, my brother. Manziman, thank you, brother.
777, wifey's favorite number. I'll let her know you're giving good luck out here. We need it, Monzi. Thank you, bro. Monzi, we're on some dogs. I went with fucking Rozenstruik. I thought AJ was about to pass out, so we need some good luck. Thank you for that.
Listen, to go back to my point, he's taken 2 losses in Israel Adesanya, and he's taken damage. Right? That's a factor too. He's gone through hard training camps. Izzy's been in there a lot. And Nasruddin Imavov is coming into his own right now, 28, nearly 29 years of age. Nice win streak he's put together against decent talent. I think he's shown wrinkles of high level against even Jared Cannonier 2 fights ago. The way he put his punches together there. And we got another dono. The dono's going crazy tonight. You guys are getting the dono train running like fire mode. Holy hell. Mariah Torres, thank you for $19.99. Yo, let's go, my man, AJ. The Phenom, Carlos Prates, got nothing for you. Hey, listen. Prates, AJ, 2026. Let's get in the UFC. UFC, let's do it.
I like how AJ stopped reading it. How dare you, motherfucker.
I got to finish. I got to reply. You go this one.
I was going to be the clinch. I don't know about that first term you used there, but I was going to be Mike the Clinch Finch. And then I realized, man, I don't even clinch with people. I just pretty much double and single leg them. So I can't be capping. You got to be a beast in the clinch if you're going to be the clinch.
Fair.
I go out there, I kick with you a little bit. We kickbox. I make you feel like we're going to kickbox. And then I doubles or single legs. And then once I get on top, it feels good in the fight. But I wanted to be the clinch. So just so you know.
The butt clinch Finch?
The what?
The butt clinch Finch, man. It's crazy.
The butt clinch. Hey, yo, I'm fighting it. Like if I'm in prison, 10 guys, they getting crazy. It's an exit only down there. So the butt clinch.
No, I think it works for you
with the butt clinch. So
in prison,
you guys just, as long as you're not hating, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully hit. Mark my words. Izzy dominant performance. Have a good night, bros. Izzy dominant performance. He would have to dominate from that distance striking, from range, moving side to side, setting traps for Imavov. He's got to pitch a perfect fight. If he doesn't, I think Imavov's a problem for him. And Imavov has a nice bounce too on the outside, so he's not that predictable. Like Izzy's really good at beating a Marvin Vettori. He's really good at beating somebody who's flat. They're going to be testing each other with the timing. I think these are going to be some close rounds if the fight plays out the way Izzy wants it to anyway. Thank you, Torres. That's very kind of you.
Thank you for 1999. Finch, we got the underdog in the main event at plus 135. It feels like the passing of the torch at plus 135. Do you think that this is something worth laying down? Laying down the hammer, laying down the law, laying down the bet?
I'm going to give my most confident picks on the next show. It's my 5 most confident picks. And then after that, I give out my bets. I give the lock, the parlay, the 3 premium plays, my favorite bets on the card, generally just what I'm putting my most of my money on. The biggest bets is what I give out. I gotta let this one marinate a little bit, but yeah, man, it could be bettable.
Nasruddin Imavov for the win is going to be the call. Now, if you think he's going to get a finish inside distance, Imavov sitting at plus 365. If you're favoring towards maybe like a later finish for Imavov, as the props drop, we don't have them yet. You could potentially look for, a round 3 and 4 type finish, or maybe a 4-5 or a 5 indecision rather. Right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm actually looking for it. Over 4.5 is minus 200. So the line is anticipated going distance. Wow, brother. I love the Imavov pick. I'm happy you're on the same side as me. I thought that you might see it my way. I thought so. I was watching Imavov's tape, and actually, I tape studied a while back when this fight was announced because I just wanted to get ahead of it and really sit on it for a bit because I knew that I was favoring Imavov, and I was like, yo, am I crazy? No. His hands look smooth, man. I've seen him do pad work with Freddie Roach. I like how the boxing's coming together. Israel Adesanya he's an all-time great, but there is truth to every dog has their day. And I think now is Imavov's time, and Adesanya's is behind.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think that in general, Izzy has to pitch a perfect fight here as to where Imavov has all types of ways I could see this happening for him. If he gets Izzy tired, hits a takedown or two, it could work for him. If he's able just to close distance at times, he's got that, like I said, he's got that bounce style where you don't know when he's going to go boom, 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 and put some punches on you. You could imagine him frustrating Izzy a little bit with that. Israel Adesanya is a world-class striker. I'm not saying that, but he's fighting a guy on fire right now. They didn't do him any big favors, If they would have put him out there against MVP, that would have been a nice way to get Izzy back on track. I think this is a tougher matchup than that. I think Imavov's got him, and at dog money,
we're going.
Fight. So yeah, cool fight. Just a cap to a well-matched card where a bunch of the fights, got me guessing who's gonna win. You gotta love that shit. That's why you gotta love the UFC. So super, super excited for this one, bro. This is a great way to cap off some solid matchmaking here.
I think that right here, this fight catches my interest big time. This is a marquee main event. This feels like a pay-per-view card. UFC Saudi Arabia is way better than UFC 312. We'll talk 312 next week. I've already made a video discussing my disdain for it. I'm disgusted with 312. I'm disgusted.
Really?
Yeah, look at 312 right now, Finch. You pull it up in chat if you haven't seen it. UFC 312 is, unfortunately, just look at the pay-per-view. Don't look at the prelims. Like the prelims or whatever. It is what it is. Look at the pay-per-view.
And Sean Strickland.
Great fight. Great main event. Yeah.
It's going to be a war. Weili and Tatiana Suarez
great
is
main.
Fire.
It's great main too. Go down. Go down.
You love it. You love Tatiana Suarez.
I'm not talking about the main and co-main. Those are always going to be good fights. The championship fights. Go under. Go under. What's the feature fight?
All right.
What's the feature fight of the night?
Hold up. Why'd it go away? Bro, my fucking browser just dipped it. All right. Justin Tafa. All right. Yeah, we went downhill quick, bro.
Quick. Look at the next one below it. Look.
We fell off a cliff.
Come on. That's a pay-per-view
Jimmy
card.
Crute and Rodolfo Bellato, Jake
Pay-per-view?
Matthews, and Francisco Prado. Yo, they took
Do you see what I'm saying?
nosedive. They saved. You know what they're doing? They're blessing Saudi. This fight night's too good.
This fight night's too good. And then Seattle 2 weeks after 312 is a banger beyond bangers. So they're giving the fans the free fights that are more action-packed as far as the undercard than the actual pay-per-view, which interesting.
Sadikov, Calvin Cater, Yusuf Zalal.
It's good fights, man.
Yeah, there's some better fights here.
There's good fights coming up. But ultimately, 312's bit of a letdown. It is what it is. Still great main and co-main event, and I'll still enjoy watching the fights. I'm happy we have UFC, but I'm allowed to make my complaints to the subpar pay-per-views, especially, I think. Right?
Okay, can we at least say top heavy?
It's top heavy as hell.
Okay,
it's fucking tipping over. It's just a top. It's a top with nothing under it. Is Justin Tafa, Taliesin Teixeira, is it a featured fight on a fight night at the Apex? No.
It's a prelim.
It's a prelim, or at best, it's a main card opener, maybe. Maybe it's a second fight up, and that's a pay-per-view. So that's just, I feel it's a little bit of
yeah. But you know, Shara Bullet had to be in Saudi, right?
Of course.
They're gonna sanction him.
They should have brought Tuivasa on the card. They could have gave him Janiz. They could have paid him and said, "Listen, come through and fight in Australia." Nobody wants to fight in Aus because they're taxing you to death over there. So nobody wants to fight there.
That's why nobody wants to fight in California, but we still had a hell of a card, right?
True.
You just got to give all your money to Gavin Newsom when you come, you know? You understand?
That's the only way to do it. Gavin,
you understand?
I get
Come
it.
on, son. Yeah, we could talk about it on the next show. I'm dropping it, all right? AJ, are we doing a parlay? We're going to skip it, huh?
No, we're not skipping the parlay. What are you talking about? Let's get to parlay time, bro.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Yeah, parlay time. I was going to give out Aliskerov. Is that shit not going down in Saturday night?
No, it's canceled. It's canceled, my brother. I know. That was an early pick for me, too.
Killed it. Fuck, really? What happened?
So Muniz could not get a travel visa. He couldn't get into the country, unfortunately. So
call the king. I said, "King, I need a travel visa. King, can you please get the Brazilian in to lose to Aliskerov?"
They're not going to do it for him. They're not doing it for him.
He said, "Not for Brazil."
Yeah, man. That sucks. So my parlay is gonna be Terrence McKinney and Naimov. Let's put those two together. Terrence McKinney and Naimov. It's probably like even odds.
-125.
-125. Just about even odds for two guys who I got some confidence in. Terrence McKinney's hard to bet on, I understand, but the opposition makes me more confident. Hadžović is rusty, not that dangerous, easily taken down, bad jiu-jitsu, shown poor submission defense, and Terrence McKinney, very explosive, and then Naimov, big power on the feet, good wrestling. I could just imagine him controlling it everywhere, so I like those two.
I guess I have to do something more elusive. I'll go Imavov for the big plus money. I think it makes a lot of sense to put him on the lineup. I'll go Naimov with the Finch +240. These are just some early savage throws. Listen, I don't want to lay down a lazy one, right? Of too much a favorite status. We'll talk the chalky parlays Wednesday.
I hooked him up. You could hit him with that. I hooked him up
with the 2P.
They got -125. I hooked him up.
That's good too. -125 is a great line for McKinney, who should pull through, and Naimov should beat Ofli, man.
Yeah.
I think we're on point. I think you're on point, Finch.
Thank you.
On point Finch for the dub, bro.
On point. That's me. On point Finch. All right. Don't be calling me no rude nicknames, motherfuckers. I saw some of you with the Grinch. I appreciate that. He's a mean one. Mr. Finch. He's very, very smug. something spiders. Mr. Finch. I wouldn't touch him with a 39.5-foot Oh.
Finch, we're ready for your musical breakdown of 2026. The people asked, they said, Finch, is he doing a musical breakdown? We want to see some live theatrics, my brother.
I've got Terrence by knockout. He'll probably win the first round. He is kind of chinny, but if he wins, he will be grinny. It's Terrence. Oh, chinny rhymed with McKinney. I fucked that one up. He is kind of chinny, but that's just Terrence McKinney. He will win. Okay, I tried. I got to write it out, guys. I'm sorry.
I like that. No, that was good. That was good, Finch. That was good. Chat.
Vince says not bad. Thank you.
Hit the like, chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hit the like, chat. Show the love, chat. Hit the subscribe. Let's see what the subscriber count's at. I'm hoping that we gained
what
a little.
What does bro how mean? Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? Tell
Listen, bro,
mean.
I just take it as a positive. Chat, we're at 42,733. I hope 2 more of you hit the sub and we'll hit 42,735. Show some love. Hit the sub. Check out the Finch Man show. If you guys didn't know, hey, me right here, I'll be live 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, as well as around 8 o'clock tomorrow. Double live streams tomorrow. News video in between if we got news dropping. But if you're looking to stay up late tonight, you want to watch more content, the content does not end here. Finch Man's doing his show. I already pinned up his channel. Go click on the Finch Man's channel. Hit subscribe. Show him some love. Finch, how long we got? Maybe 15 minutes you'll be on?
15 minutes as long as you're down with the blurry thumbnail. 15
blurry thumb. Listen, the blurry thumbnail is iconic in 2025.
I'm going to get you a 10 megapixel thumb. I'm just going to be like 4 pixels. And you guys will just have to make it out, okay? 15 minutes. I'll see you boys over on the channel. Go to the bathroom. A little bit of shadow. Yeah, they asked for shadow boxing.
They want to see the shadows, man.
Shadow boxing combo. So we'll fucking.
Is that Rocky Balboa in his prime, baby?
Your boy's fast. Oh, I got some speed on these fucking hands, bro. Gig's been at the gym. You gotta put out a sparring tape. You guys can see me get dropped with a body kick or something.
I honestly would like to see that. What are we doing?
I honestly do want to work out with him, but I can more so challenge him in the grappling. I think that would be good. I have grappled him at King's MMA. I think he knows I'm good at grappling, but just to get him ready for this opponent that you don't know yet. Back to teasing the opponent.
It's not David Onama.
Info, motherfuckers.
It's not David
I got
Onama.
inside info, motherfuckers.
All right.
So,
all right.
But I can't say shit. Should I tell AJ off air? What do you guys think?
Yes. Yes, he should, chat, so I can tell you about it tomorrow, man. No, I won't tell you nothing. I don't know nothing. Finch never told me nothing.
Yo,
listen.
I got it up on my phone right here, AJ.
I hope I find out. If I'm lucky, chat, we'll see. Listen, go watch Finch. Go hit his link. I got it pinned in the live chat. Thank you guys for watching. I got to do some timestamps. Show some love. Hit the sub. And listen, I'm dropping thunder tomorrow afternoon. Finch Man dropping thunder right after this. Tell him peace out, Finch. Tell him peace out, bro.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Woo. Let's get the fucking bets going, all right? I'm dropping them on the free channel. I'm dropping them on the premium channel. And I'm dropping my favorite picks in 15. I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys. Peace out.